what's going on? You know who it is. It is Bruce Jordan, the Michael Jordan of hotels. Today we're going to be talking about social media and hospitality. Noman is in the house. What's going on, man?
What's
It's
up,
good
buddy?
to see you.
Great
Thanks
to
for
see
joining
you.
the show.
Absolutely, my pleasure, my man.
So how did you get started in this business?
All right, 25 years ago, well, they say you stand on the shoulders of the people who came before you. So 25 years ago, my brother started the hotel world for us. He had stayed in a hotel twice in his life, had the opportunity to buy a Hampton Inn right outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. Couldn't pass up a good deal, and that was the start of our hospitality journey. Fast forward,
Wow.
15 years later, I joined him, and here we are.
That is amazing. That is amazing. And then you have like real leadership.
Yes, sir.
So that's really, really hard to find in our industry.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're lucky he was able to bring you aboard.
Hey man, it's a blessing, and it's our responsibility to take it and drive it forward.
For sure, for sure.
Absolutely.
Now, how did you get started in social media?
So you learn that the bigger firms have brand recognition behind them by default.
Okay.
When you are running what was once a family business, which then turns into a family office, you're going up against the guys that are bigger than you. They may have the perceived more experience than you. How do you let the lenders that you're working with, the brokers that you're working with, the general public know who you are and that they should trust you with whether it's their capital or their deal, their baby, right? It's by putting yourself out there. We have this opportunity where anyone can put their skill set out there just by sharing their story, sharing their experiences. So just a couple of years ago, I just posted once, got some great traction, posted again, and it was like, maybe there's something to this. Started going to conferences, and people that I'm talking to years, they stop me and say, hey man, I love what you're doing on LinkedIn. It's awesome to see you sharing your story. People that have never liked, people that have never commented, shared, I thought nothing was happening. But you're starting to build a relationship and a rapport with people that you don't even realize that you are, and it's starting to establish a relationship. And so that got me hooked.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Now, you've been doing this for quite some time now. It's like, what are the top 3 issues you feel like we have with social media, or what are some of the things that you've done to try to solve those problems?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a great question. I think the biggest problem that I see is people think that it needs to be perfect.
Yes.
And so they let that perfectionism stop them from starting. The reality is people don't want perfect. They want the truth.
They feel something's wrong with perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's not relatable for them.
And it's not believable.
It's not believable. Right? And so the biggest thing is just starting, right? I mean, for me, every time I would build it up in my head, I would psych myself out. I wouldn't do something. Anytime I was just like, you know what? I don't care about perfection. I'm just going to put this out there. This photo, this post, whatever it is, this story, that to me was like a huge hurdle to get over for myself. And I've noticed that for other people with social media, that's a hurdle that they also find themselves struggling with. A couple of other small ones. One, it's, sometimes falling into the fallacy of, on the same topic of perfection, but that what the story is online is the entire story.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And so whether you're the person saying the story or you're the person listening to the story, you end up getting stuck in this trap of, the comparison game.
Yeah.
Right. And so people are just, you got to get out of that. You got to get out of your own way. You got to know that there's always more to the story. And third, this is a tough question. So I think just like, it's kind of that addiction of it as well, right? Like, we've all fallen into those Instagram, like the doom scrolling now with TikTok and all that stuff. For me, honestly, I get hooked on it, and the next thing I realize it's an hour later. So while that's great for viewership, it's at the same time, it can be dangerous for your workload. So you gotta be careful.
Now we like the doom scrollers as long as our hotels.
Yeah, I know. Other people working with us. Yeah.
Now, social media has become more like for businesses,
Yes.
has become like a pay to play game versus for personal, it's about going viral and everything else.
Yeah.
Like, what are some of the budget numbers you've seen that some hotels have thrown at social media in the past, or someone that you're probably working with recently?
Yeah.
What do their budgets look like, and what are their numbers looking like as far as like the reach and the impressions and everything?
Yeah. So I think it's like anything else, right? There's not one set budget. I sat on the Choice Hotels Owners Council for a number of years, and I remember the CEO of Choice essentially talking about how they're going all in on TikTok because, and I don't remember the exact statistic, but it was a crazy number. It was like above 60-70% of their searches now are starting on TikTok rather than on Google for places to stay. When you have the CEO of a globally traded company, I don't even know what their market cap is, right? Talking about the importance of social media, obviously they're going to put their money where their mouth is.
That's right.
And their budget's going to be very different than someone like me who runs a family shop. And it's more about not a grand production. It's just about putting yourself out there.
That's right.
Right. So for me, it's about getting the right tools, right? So I'll spend money on a good microphone, right? Couple $100. I might spend a little bit money if I'm trying to get a new location out there on a little bit of paid media, paid search, right? It's nothing crazy, right? You're talking max a couple $100 a month, right? So I'm looking at $100 a month as my budget to start, but it's because I'm doing it myself, right?
At least you're starting.
At least I'm starting. At the end of the day, like we talked about it already, it doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be out there, and people relate to that being out there. And so it's just me. I'm just talking to a camera. I'm telling them what my experiences are. I'm telling you what my experiences are. You're doing the same, right? And so for us, it can be $100, it could be $1,000, it could be $10,000, it could be $100,000, right? But at the end of the day, it's going to vary significantly between us here on the conference floor with Teague Hunter, who's doing his hotel walks and a little bit more of a production, right? And then something like Choice Hotels, which is getting some people like Zooey Deschanel to be doing their ads and stuff like that. So it's across the board, man.
Man, have you ever hired like maybe a production company or anything like that? And like, how did that go for you? And what were the costs? And what should hotels look out for when they do something like that?
Yeah, so I think it's about people aren't booking for just what they hear about as the amenities these days. They're booking off of what the experience is going to be. What is an experience? It's a feeling, it's emotion, right? They used to say a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Correct.
Now, photos are a non-negotiable, right? However, video has taken over.
That's right.
Right? So this is a great example. When you're having an event, when you're having, you're celebrating a milestone at your hotel, at your management company, at your development company, whatever it is, I'm seeing people now spend the money on the construction cam, right? From the start of a project to the end of a project.
Okay.
We're talking 18 months. Well, there's no physical person out there, right?
No.
It's just a camera that's posted up.
That's right.
Capturing a time lapse. And at the end of it, they can then show their investors, their bankers, their community members, this is what we've created. It's a physical representation of it. And it wasn't anything crazy, right? Like for that, it's, I believe the last quote that I got was like $400, $500 for that camera to just sit out there. For me, when you're doing a $20 million or $30 million development, if you tell me for $500, I'm going to have something that's going to broadcast that for me, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Right. And at the same time, if you're having an event, spend that little bit of money, the $300, $400, $500, bring a photographer.
That's right.
Spend an extra $100 for them to create a 60-second and 90-second video for you, because that's what you can put out into the world. And that's what people are going to have a reaction to, right? It's going to elicit emotions out of them, and they'll be able to experience the same thing that you experienced or pretty close to it.
For sure. For sure. Man, listen, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah.
Great, very good answers.
Yes,
very
sir.
good answers.
I appreciate it.
How can everybody get in touch with you?
LinkedIn is where we start. Nauman Panjwani, Nauman Panjwani. Instagram, the.nauman.panjwani.
All right.
Follow me out there.
Perfect. And thank you for tuning in to another episode. This is Bruce Jordan, the Michael Jordan Hotels, signing out. Hey, what's going on? It's Bruce Jordan, the Hotel Revenue Expert. I just want to take a quick second to thank you for watching this video. If you could just do us a big favor and just subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more videos like this, more information, great information about hotels. I'm also the author of the Hotel Revenue Bible. You can get that book on hotelrevenuebible.com. and we are here to answer all your questions. So if you have any questions, just shoot us a quick text at 321-321-2002. That's 321-321-2002. And you can book a revenue call. Go to hotelrevenuecall.com and we can answer any and all your questions. Just make an appointment with me. You'll do one-on-one with me. You'll be able to do one-on-one with me, and we could go ahead and get all your questions answered and see if you have any revenue issues that needs to be resolved. Talk to you soon. Thank you again. Hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate you.